What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. Woo-cha! We are cranking it out today. Y'all, this is the video that I wanted to get to where we sit. Oh, man. And I'm going to show you all some information. I sent an email. I'm going to read it because the Prince of Pancrest Pizza has repeatedly stated that he's a certified school psychologist. But we have to go back to whether or not he actually has a graduate degree, a degree in psychology, I believe, and clinical psychology at that. So, if you don't know, there's a difference between having a degree and a certificate or a licensure. Okay. So, a person can go to law school and get a law degree. That makes them a lawyer. But if they practice law, that means they took the bar, passed the bar, obtained a license, and are considered an attorney. That's the difference. So, to say that you have a degree does not automatically mean that you are certified to practice in a specific field. I can get a medical degree, but if I'm not licensed to practice medicine, I can't go out and handle patients. So you have to be careful in the terminology that you're using because they're not all the same. You can become a certified HVAC technician. That does not mean you have a degree in being a HVAC technician. It means you have a certification. One can go and get a driver's license. You don't need to have a degree or a certificate to get your driver's license. See, degree, certificate, and license are three different words with three different definitions, three different concepts. So, to the deranged Oompa Loompa named Umar Abdullah Ibatunde Ifankunde Yellow Watermelon, not understanding what it is, Johnson. Which one do you have? And do you have legitimate proof of it? In order to get your graduate degree, you must complete your dissertation. And your dissertation, it's not a matter of you having it private. That is public information. Especially when you want to go all over the world running your mouth. I mean, you want to be a public figure, but you don't want people to be able to verify what your credentials are. I mean, it's so weird because he's y'all know his belly is filled with Swiss rolls and snack cakes. Let's not play around with this. He's such a con artist and a clown. I don't take him seriously. I just don't. All right. He will never get a dime of my money. I just, and plus I think it's time for people to start questioning, if I were to call Ifatunde Umbadunde and say, hey, can I get $20,000 to open a school? Would he give me that money? Most of you, he doesn't care that you exist on earth. He certainly would not help pay your bills. So stop taking care of him and paying his. I mean, if you're paying him for a speaking engagement, at least he's doing a job with that. But, Slobbermouth really does not believe that he has to work now. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to open a school. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants people to just hit up his PayPal. It's Lady Luck Club here. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please make sure you hit up the supers. Please make sure you hit up my supers. Please make sure you hit up my supers. At least I'll do some reading. He does nothing but walk around in block parties and eat free food and Not pay for it. Did you pay the lady for the watermelon that you ate? You blubber tooth whale. I just don't understand this. Y'all stop spoiling and pampering him. Should we be putting out an APP and doing a welfare check on your mother? I mean, how does that go? I'm hearing a lot of disturbing things about that. And someone needs to do a welfare check on her and make sure she's okay. If we're not able to see, her in the light of day out in the public, the police probably should be doing a welfare check. What's going on with that? Either way, I want you all to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. We are growing here. And man, we're just taking down con artists and scammers and frauds one by one by one. I also report on, corrupt politicians, corrupt judges. I have no discrimination with that. So trust me, everybody gets it. But what they're doing is hurting people and taking advantage of others. And there is just a duty, some level of humanity that we should have. I can't sit here and convince, brainwashed cult members any differently. We just got to let them come out of it on their own. But for those who really want information and to, know what's going on and see how much of a con artist he is, make sure you hit the like button on this video. And please let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, make sure you check the description of the video for the Dr. Squatch products that are tagged. We have a product brand partnership with them, and I do receive a commission. I have to say that on the products that are sold. That is selected down in the description of the video. So you got to purchase the products by clicking on the product through the video in order for me to get the commission. Otherwise, I don't get it. But thank you so much for tuning in and for all of the support here in the Lady Luck Club. And for you guys supporting me, you could be watching anyone else, but you choose to take time to watch me. And I'm ever so grateful and honored to have the supporters like you guys out there. And these videos, Umar Johnson is just making headways and getting on everybody's nerve. So we're going to help put our foot on his neck as well in return. All right. I want to check out a video that is, I want to make sure I give the proper credit. The Conservative Lady channel, she has a small channel here, but this video almost has 1,000 views. So I'm going to pull this up. There's a gentleman that talks about the degree from Umar Johnson, proof that is not a real doctor, allegedly. Of course, he has to say allegedly. I believe that this is a topic that has been discussed in the past. I had some conversations with Jay Witt, my brother in Christ, another fantastic content creator. And this is, something that I think an article, was it The Root? Had to go out and then they issued an apology. But there, like I said, there's a difference in verifying a degree versus a certificate versus a license. So for what this gentleman is saying in this video, stating that he doesn't believe that he is a real doctor because of the graduate degree. And we're going to check this out. Make sure you guys go and check out the Conservative Lady. Subscribe to her channel. Hit the like button. I've already done so. And I have left a comment requesting permission to be able to have the video featured in my content, because this is kind of what sparked me to look into this, because there is a difference. There's a difference in having a degree versus a certificate. So we're going to check this out. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and consider becoming a member. Thank you so much. Let's get to it.
Umar Johnson may not even be a doctor, and I have proof. Hit the corner to speed it up because we got a lot to talk about. This is PCOM, the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, a school located in, you guessed it, Philadelphia. Umar Johnson allegedly graduated from PCOM in 2012 with a psychology doctorate. Now, in order to get your PhD, you have to submit what's called a dissertation, which is a lengthy original research paper submitted as the final requirement for a PhD. Now, you can find most PhDs on the college directory. This is PCOM's directory. They have every dissertation from anyone who ever graduated dating back to 1999. Now, this is where it gets spooky. When you go to any of these dissertations, you will see a link that says download. So I found Umar's dissertation, complete with the date of submission, degree type, and the degree name. I even found the name of 3 advisors. But when I went to download the document, it's unavailable. But wait, there's more. On YouTube, PCOM has video documentation of every commencement all the way back to 2009. So I went to 2012, the year Umar allegedly graduated. Not only is he not present, 2 videos are hidden due to copyright claims. Now, this is a copy of someone else's dissertation, A Doctor of Philosophy by Philip C. McGraw, Denton, Texas, in 1979. You like, Zay, who is Philip C. McGraw? It's Dr. Phil. So let me get this straight. I can find, download, and read Dr. Phil's dissertation from 1979 easier than I can even locate Umar Johnson's. If you are donating money.
So let me just, he's almost done, but let's point out the fact that Dr. Phil's dissertation was done in 1979. Umar Johnson's dissertation was submitted in 2010, where we had a lot of advancement in technology and it should have been uploaded. My grandmother's a federal judge. She has a dissertation. I can get hers. I went on the PCOM website. I saw hundreds of dissertations. Not his. I mean, literally pulled up his information, refreshed it on 2 different devices. There is no link available to download or even view it. So let's let him finish.
To Umar Johnson in the big 2025. Again, you need an intervention.
That is awesome. Yeah, a lot of people need an intervention. That's why it's so hard for me to say, that I'm not sympathetic towards some of the people he's taking advantage of. But you have a lot of diehard cultists out there that will sit down and they'll chew you behind up over it. And it's like, you know what? Can't help you. I mean, some of them don't want to learn the truth, especially if they've given him money. But when it comes down to people like, Prince of Pancrust Pizza, he has what's this cult-like personality. And they can be charismatic and enthusiastic and be compelling and convincing. But what no one should feel is embarrassment for giving him a financial donation. The whole point of it is if you learn better, you do better, and you stop giving him your hard-earned money. And the money that you're giving him, you can be paying your own bills. You can be going out and traveling. You can be supporting other content creators. You can be doing anything with that. No one should make you feel as if you're indebted to do anything. So, that's what I hope to do in my content, is to provide the information. And we still have, I could say for me personally, I still have to allow people at the end of the day to kind of come to the realization on their own about who he is. But once they realize I used to give this clown money and I don't know why, this alien from outer space, this deranged Teletubby Oompa Loompa piece of crap, feels like he's supposed to get money out of people, because that's where he is now. He thinks he's supposed to get this. But it's okay to say, no, I'm not giving him any more of my money. He's a fraud. He's a scammer. He couldn't open a school after having purchased a building in 2 different states, getting hit with a cease and desist order in one of the states. And all he really needed to do was renovate the buildings. And couldn't even do that. So, but yet he gets mad at, Lennon Honor and his ex-girlfriends for, them putting their foot on his neck. He dogged out his own child when she exposed him. So this is where we are in life. I have no respect for Umar Johnson. I don't owe him that. That's something he should be earning from people, not expecting. Because at the end of the day, Umar Johnson will not pay your bills. He doesn't even pay his own. So I have this document here that I want to show you all. This is some information that was sent to me from, I think, the Root. It was a article that was put out. You see the requested by Michael Harriet, where he wanted to verify Umar Johnson's degree. This is not proof of a certificate or a license, just the degree. So as you all can see, he spent some money on that. Name used while attending school, Umar Johnson. Then he had a Umar Abdullah Johnson, and then Abdullah Johnson as the whole last name, and then it's reverse, and then of course Jermaine Shoemake. No date of birth there, not necessarily needed. School, Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. The degree award year here is blank. Attempt to verify a degree, and then the information verified his name on school records as Umar Johnson, 11/14/2012, Doctor of Psychology, Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, Clinical Psychology. Okay, first of all, when you have all these various names like this, you know, I'm not going to say that there are other Umar Johnsons at that same school, but what if? And the date awarded for the degree, November 14th, 2012. What happened here? It's such an odd day to graduate from grad school or to be given an award. Maybe he had something happen, you know, because he submitted his dissertation in 2010 and something went wrong. They allow him to still participate in graduation ceremonies, which is typically done, between the month of May and June. And then he still received his award November 14th. But it's just such an odd date, right? But that's the degree. That's not a certificate. So I think this led to the journalist doing some level of a retraction on this, saying he apologized, he was wrong. But then I went into the system to try to see, okay, a dissertation must be completed and approved before you get your, graduate degree, a doctorate degree at that. You need to have that dissertation approved and submitted. So I had went on the PCOM website. There's nothing there. As you saw from the content creator, there's nothing there. So yeah, because I just, believe in the spirit of journalism and all. Here's what I did. I sent an email. I sent an email to the school because I'm just, where is the dissertation? You can't find it anywhere online. I Googled, I searched for it. It's nowhere to be found. So I don't know where it is. And my Lady Luck Club LLC at yahoo.com email address is, it's in my videos and everything. So I sent an email over to the communications at pcom.edu. I sure did. And this was on Saturday. This was yesterday because I was irritated. My internet wasn't working. And I sent it to the 3 advisors that, based on the PCOM website, were the approvers of his dissertation. Why is it that all of the other dissertations are available except Umar Johnson's? Now, I attached that verification document in the email. As you all can see here, that verification document that we just saw, I attached that so that they could have something to reference to verify his name while that he used while attending the school. But it's so odd. I mean, he, of course, he could post his transcript, but what I've seen was like a badge, a school badge photo. That could be fake created. Like anyone could create that. Like a fake driver's license. Anyone could create a fake ID. Where's the dissertation? If you're not going to give us a school transcript, all right. The dissertation is public information. So I basically wrote an email and said, I wanted to inquire about the former student. I'm an independent journalist. You can find my social media on YouTube. I also have Instagram and Twitter, but I don't use that as often as I do with my YouTube channel. So, and then of course, I stated based on the verification that's attached that was obtained in 2017, he completed a dissertation entitled The Relationship Between Self-Concept and Academic Achievement in African American Middle School Students, a correlational study. However, the document is not located on the school website or anywhere online. So, several media outlets have challenged the degree. It is a known fact that the dissertation must be completed and approved by the appropriate advisors prior to obtaining a doctorate degree. So, I am requesting a copy be emailed to me or posted to the digitalcommons.pcom.edu/psychology_dissertations. And that was his specific handle 233 website. Put it on the website and post it up. If anyone should have it aside from him, his advisors and the school should have it. Why would his be the only one, apparently, that's not posted up? Why is his dissertation not available? That makes no sense. Everybody else is. So it's, just like the content creator said, if I can find Dr. Phil, I know a couple of people that attended grad school, I could pull up myself, my godmother being one of them. Why is it that Umar Johnson's dissertation is not available? And then I've also said something along the lines of, I know I don't take Umar seriously, but I told them, hey, I would like to read it and do an in-depth analysis and review of it. It also would help me understand the intent and purpose behind the concept of him opening up this FDMG nonprofit school. Because it would. And then, of course, it would be of great interest to the public in the spirit of journalism. Yes. Post up your dissertation. So hopefully they will respond. And we can get the copy of that, or they can upload it to the website at any time. But that's public information. That should not be a secret. Yeah, so I want that dissertation, you clown. If you can't even prove that you completed and had a dissertation approved, why should we take you seriously about a degree? I'm just saying that you're not giving us anything to work with. You want people to believe that you are who you are, but you don't want to prove anything with documentation to show us who you are. It makes no sense. We're not the ones out here running around calling ourselves the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You are. And you want people to give you money. So at the very least, you can ensure that the dissertation is uploaded and posted to the school's website. Post it there yourself or tell the school to release it. If you're proud of it and it's approved and it was not plagiarized, it shouldn't be a problem. All right, y'all, that's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. And I appreciate all of you all and the support here in the LLC. Subscribe. And of course, leave your comments and thoughts below. Are we going to get this dissertation or no? It's worth trying in the spirit of journalism. All right. Until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.